question we're trying to answer today is, how do chemicals dissolved in blood help to maintain a pH level between 7.3 and 7.4? So let's start out with the pH scale. It ranges from acidic to alkaline, with 0 as acidic and 14 as alkaline. 7 is neutral. If it's acidic, there are more hydrogen ions. If it's basic, there are less hydrogen ions. Ideally, the pH of blood is between 7.3 and 7.4. Blood running through arteries is usually 7.4, and blood running through veins is usually around 7.35. How does pH in blood become imbalanced? There are two conditions to look at here. Acidosis is when the pH in blood is below 7.35. Alkalosis is when the pH in blood is above 7.45. This is where we see the bicarbonate buffer system come into play. The bicarbonate buffer system is when the body adds chemicals, for instance carbon dioxide, bicarbonate, and hydrogen ions, to try and regulate the pH of blood. There are two main types of pH imbalances: respiratory and metabolic. Let's take a look at this equation. Water plus carbon dioxide results in bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. The first part of the equation refers to the respiratory system. The end result refers to the kidneys, which secrete bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. In this equation, carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions are acidic, while bicarbonate is basic. Let's start with respiratory. If there is not enough respiration, acidosis occurs. This is because the lungs aren't getting rid of carbon dioxide. As the carbon dioxide in the blood increases, the blood becomes more acidic and the pH level decreases. To make up for this, the kidneys compensate by secreting bicarbonate and getting rid of excess hydrogen ions. If there is too much respiration, alkalosis occurs. This is when the lungs are getting rid of too much carbon dioxide. As a result, the blood becomes more basic and the pH level increases. Here, the kidneys compensate by absorbing the bicarbonate base and retaining hydrogen ions. Now let's take a look at metabolic acidosis and alkalosis. Again, metabolic refers to the kidneys. This occurs if the kidneys are unable to regulate pH. As acid builds up, the kidneys are either not excreting enough hydrogen ions or secreting enough bicarbonate. Metabolic acidosis occurs when there is a high amount of hydrogen ions that the kidneys cannot get rid of. This results in a low pH. The lungs try to compensate by absorbing less carbon dioxide. Metabolic alkalosis occurs when there is a low hydrogen ion concentration, which results in a high pH, and the lungs try to compensate with more carbon dioxide. Metabolic acidosis and alkalosis are much more difficult to deal with than respiratory alkalosis and acidosis, as usually this indicates that there is something wrong with the kidneys. So, why is it important to know about imbalances in blood pH? How will this relate to your everyday life? Having an imbalanced pH in blood causes countless health issues. Let's analyze each bodily system and the health issues acidosis or alkalosis can cause. Most digestive disorders are symptoms caused by excess acid and not enough alkaline minerals in the intestinal tract. Acidity is the principal cause of heart disease, as acid causes inflammation in the arteries. An acidic environment breeds bad bacteria and pathogens, lowering your immune system. The transport of oxygen is reduced when there is too much acid in the tissues and organs. This suffocates cells and can lead to viruses or mucuses in lungs. Arthritis is directly linked to pH imbalance and accumulation of acid deposits in the joints. Buildup of acid causes inflammation and the skin is unable to act as a barrier against infection. Acidity deprives the nervous system of energy. A buildup of alkaline minerals in the kidneys can lead to kidney stones. Muscles perform poorly in an acidic environment as cells are lacking in oxygen. Knowing all of this, there are ways to help your body regulate its pH balance. The most important is a healthy diet. Since blood is very slightly alkaline, it is important to eat a diet that is alkaline in nature. Most processed foods and animal byproducts tend to be more acidic. Meanwhile, whole foods, vegetables, and fruits tend to be more alkaline. Even lemons, although they appear acidic in nature, once digested, have an end product that is alkaline. By eating right and having a knowledge of how our body regulates the pH level of blood, one is able to stay happy and healthy.